switching over to the queues now.
Okay. So we should be up and running as far as we know.
Yeah, we're getting this mic in. Oh, I can lower it down.
Otherwise it's going to echo. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It looks like you're pulling it all. I mean,
Yeah, that's lowering that one.
anybody in Trojan land that's got the stream on, somebody talk to me. See if you can hear my voice.
Here, we can just do this.
Oh yeah, I guess that would make sense.
Would y'all like some pizza?
No, thank you. Appreciate it. Cold beer? No? All right, so live stream. Do we have audio?
Pizza?
No, thank you. Appreciate it. Oh, yeah, Gina's got it. All right, Gina, thank you.
So let's just do that. That'll work. It would be nice if we had the Bluetooth. You know?
Well, yeah.
But we'll try that out next time if you're interested.
100%.
But they're also picking me up too.
Well,
I'm sure that might.
yeah,
Anyway.
so you and I can't argue, so perfect.
What we can do.
We do know there's a little bit of a lag, but
There is a lag. But you're calling the game as it is.
well, yeah, for what they're seeing too. Yeah.
But this thing right here is I gotta run this thing too.
What's that?
This is the
Is this your overlay up here?
yeah, this is the overlay.
Should I just let everyone know or say it's 12?
Do I?
Should I say it's 12 just now? Or
Yes.
just right now?
Well, I would probably wait for the ref to signal
Okay.
because looks like we only have one ref on the field right now. Okay.
So I gotta control this thing too.
Oh, good lord.
There we go. So yeah, watch out for that.
Yeah,
That's
trying to figure out the best way to.
probably just you want a chair? No,
Well, no, I've got one, but
yeah.
I can't sit, Monty.
Okay.
Come on.
So we want this audio all the way in.
Yes. I mean, I would think everybody. The feedback so far is that everybody can hear us fine. So.
Okay. All right. Let's keep it like that.
All right, I gotta. Be right back. A little awkward with the windows and not.
Yeah. That's why we got put my camera out there a little bit. Try to
Yeah, no, that's great.
see how it goes.
How many? Does it tell us how many people we got on the feed? How many viewers?
Let's see. Right now there's I think 10.
10. We're in double digits,
Look out
Trojans.
now.
Uh-oh. We're at influencer status. Yeah, this works. But I was always kind of wondering about plugging into the mic here, but this actually works easier. And if it'll Bluetooth that
Yeah, yeah.
and not have significant lag,
Yeah, yeah.
it'll be perfect.
Try it out.
Because like I bet Lainey brought her AirPods for. I mean, you know, there's one of those girls that has their AirPods. All right, Trojans. Looks like we're trying to get everything set. Looks like we only have one ref, which is interesting. Looks like Trojan attack and Cypher defense making friends. All right, let me see who I think is going to be starting. Looks like we have captain number 2, Laney Owens. Number 3, Eliza Wilson. Captain number 16, Olivia Andrus. Number 18, Madison Vandenbosch. Mason. Sorry, Madison can't be here. She's playing in her own game somewhere in Florida. Looks like over here in the muddle in midfield, we've got number 10, Jillian Murphy, captain. Number 10, Jillian Murphy. 7, Emerson Isles. That looks like 17, maybe. I think that's Harper or Gabby. I'm not sure. Back to me. Can't tell the number, but we've got Rebecca McCallop, and then in goal, Sarah McCallop. We've got number 20, Jane Ann Skaggs. Okay, so number 11, I think that is Gabby Bien. Then we've got I can't know, Lucy Etheridge, whatever Lucy. I think she's 9, maybe. A lot of brunettes and ponytails, so. Hey, Gina McCallum, if you can put your hands on a varsity roster and text it to me, that would be amazing. Thank you. 11 is Olivia Justice. We're getting 14 is Gabby. Here, all right, second ref coming in. I mean, don't be in a hurry, but. All right, Gina coming in clutch with the roster. Thank you. Arrogant, try to call it without knowing everybody's numbers and names by heart, but this will make life easier. Yeah, so on the field, number 11, Olivia Justice, number 14, Gabby Bien. All right, looks like we're ready to get started. Draw circle, we have number 10, Jillian Murphy. Wind interference. Doing what I can, Gina. See if this helps. All right, scrum for the ball. Draw control 35, Cypher. Looks like Jill gets a whistle. Cypher going back behind the goal, trying to, looks like a crease roll. Becca McCallop on D. Tries to draw shooting space, not there. Bad pass on the ground. Jill immediately on it. Cypher working around again. Another attempted crease roll. Looks like Lucy Etheridge on the D. Stops the crease roll. Cypher driving, cut off by Jillian Murphy. Pass up the middle, coming in. Shut down by Emerson Isles. .46 for Cypher driving. Jane Ann Skaggs on the stop. Pass, whistle for something. Aggressive defense. Going to be Cypher's ball. Probably on or about the 12 meter. .46 passes it off, dishes off. Number 43 of Cypher sneaks one past Sarah McCalla.
I think we're stopping the clock. Or we need to stop the clock.
So 2 minutes and 2 seconds into the game, Cypher up by 1.
So we'll just start the clock once it blows a whistle.
All right, we have Jillian Murphy taking the draw. We have Mason Vandenbosch and I think Emerson Isles on the draw circle. It's going to be a redraw. Oh, they're going to award it. Draw control blue. Jillian Murphy with the ball. Looking to get across the restraining line, which she does. Jill over to E. E back to X to Laney. Coach making the calls. O to Jill. Jill to Jane. Jane looking for the play. Jane driving. Jane met with 2 defenders, stick in the head. That's going to be a spear call. Jane Ann's going to have an 8 meter 1 hash to the left. Jane pulls it out, back check. They're going to call that sphere. Jane's going to get another run at it from the center hash. They're putting her back on the 12 meter. Not sure I understand that one, but still direct. It's Jill with the shot. Jill's shot wide. I guess Syra was on the starter there. I don't know that I called her. Syra with the chase back in play. Trojans with the ball. Mason Vandenbosch. Mason driving. Mason dish over to Jane. Jane Ann Skaggs tallies 1 for the Trojan. That makes the score 1-1. 8:31 to go. First quarter. Syra's the runners. Syra and OJ are running. That they're in and off the field. That's my confusion. All right, draw. A little confusion, a little muddle. Draw control number 43, Cypher. 43 looking to go across the restraining line, which she does. Immediately runs Jane Ann Skaggs. She's going to goal. Tries to make a shot. Jane Ann got a hold of her stick, but they're going to call that sphere. 43 is going to have a 8 meter free position. Looks like 2 hash marks over. And there she drives. Just over the top of Sarah's stick into the goal. 8 minutes to go in the first. Score is 1-2 Cypher. All right, we've got some changes on the draw circle. Olivia Andrus is going to be taking the draw. We've got Jill and Emerson on the circle looking to receive the draw. Let's go O. And on the little home field bounce, draw goes out of bounds. They're probably going to award that Cy-Fair, would be my guess. Okay, looks like it's going to be awarded Anderson. Who's going to have the ball? I'm guessing, I don't even know where the ball is at this. Oh, it's already way down the field. Laney feeding over to Jill. Your announcer needs to get his head in the game. Mason back to Lane at X. Lane hopping, looking for help, looking for a dish, gets a check, loses the ball. I think she got hit in the face. Looks like she was correcting her goggles there. Ball went out, it was Cy-Fair's ball. Cy-Fair back to their keeper. Keeper looking for an option. Keeper way out. Keeper at the restraining line. There, it finally clears the ball. Sarah on defense, Jill on defense. Jill with the talk. No, we're going to give it a cause turnover, even though she slipped and fell. Jill Murphy trying to get back across the restraining line. That's in the face. That's inside the sphere. She crosses up to Eliza. Eliza to Syra. Syra driving. Syra shot, bounced off the keeper's face. Mason Vandenbosch chases and recovers. I think that might have skipped off the keeper's stick into her face. Olivia Andrus with the ball. Settle back. Oh, no, she's not. Laney with the ball. Laney looking, going back to X. Laney on the crease roll to Jill. Jill, shot, stop. Scrum with the ball, get the ball, blue. Got to be a blue ball. Ball comes out. Olivia Andrus recovers. I think it was bouncing through the gopher holes. Ball's back behind. Ball at X with Lane. A couple of cutters. Lane looking. Lane tacked in the face. Yep, that's going to be a whistle. Going to be at the edge of the 12 meter. Who's she going to dish to? You got to assume there's going to be a feed coming in here. Lane's got the ball far left side of the screen. Coach calling in the plays. No, she didn't. They pulled it back out to settle and run a real play. Jane Ann to Syra. Syra to Jill Murphy, I believe. Jill looking. Everybody covered. Jill to Laney. Lane to Jane Ann. Jane Ann to Mason. Mason looking. Mason with a little run at the cage. Mason tried to feed over to Lane, was cut off. Mason recovers the ball, back out to Jill, settles. Trojans retains possession. Jillian Murphy with the ball. Jillian driving into two. Jill to Jane. Jane knocks it off the keeper's stick into the goal. With 4:06 to go, the score's tied 2-2. It looks like we're back with Olivia on the draw. Olivia Andrus. Gina McCallop, you're not wrong. And Jillian Murphy with draw control for the Trojans. Jillian gets it to Mason across the restraining line. Mason looking to settle, Syra coming in. Mason back to E. Eliza over to Laney. Lane to Jane Ann. Jane Ann to Jill. Jill to O. O to Mason. Now we're going to start running a play. Mason driving, met with some resistance. She's going to get the whistle. Mason's going to have a 12 meter. Mason backs it out to Jane Ann. Jane Ann's looking. Jane Ann to Jill. Jill to Jane didn't work. We got some hustle over there. That's going to be blue ball retains. I don't necessarily agree with that, but they're calling that as a shot. Yeah. Anyway, Trojans retains the ball. The ref closest to the ball made the call, so right or wrong, it's his call. All right, we get a dish to Jill. Jill shoots. Goal. Number 10, Jillian Murphy. Mason Vandenbosch with the assist. 2:38 to go. Score 3-2 Anderson Trojans.
If you ever want to mute that thing, I can mute it here.
Do what?
If you ever want, I can mute it here if you need to take a break.
Are you saying that people don't want to hear me, Monty?
I'm just saying if you need to.
Monty's pointing out the obvious, that people get tired of my voice.
No.
Did Jennifer just text you? And draw control. Oh, that's in the head. That's going to be a yellow card on number 43. Olivia Andrews receives that in the head, knocks her goggles off. She's going to swap sticks around. She's going to have to take the ball, though. Yeah, there we go. All right. Draw control 16, Olivia Andrus. And recipient of the yellow card release time is going to be 31 seconds. We're at 2:30 now. Jane Ann with the ball across the restraining line. Mason. Mason's pass to Syra knocked down. Mason recovers. Mason to Jane Ann. Jane Ann to Jill. Jill with a high pass to Lane. Lane across to O. O drops the ball, but gets the shot off wide. Olivia with a good chase, going to retain possession for the Trojans. Lane to Jill. Jill to Jane. Jane driving, doesn't have it. Jane back out to Mason. Mason crosses it up to wide open Eliza. Number 3, Eliza Wilson, puts it in the back of the net. Get you some, E. 1:43 to go. That makes the score 4-2 Anderson Trojans. Number 16, Olivia Andrus on the draw. Jill and Emerson on the circle. Draw, self-draw to Olivia. She's a little tentative about getting hit in the face again. Olivia scoops it off to Eliza. Olivia's got to go get her stick. Eliza over to Lane. Lane looking, coming around the back. What does she see? Back to Eliza. Eliza to Jill. Jill tries to get it to Olivia, knocked down. That's going to be either a cover or an empty stick check on blue. White's going to retain ball. They're going to pop the ball back to the goalie. Goalie's going to try to clear it out. Mason Vandenbosch with the bump and with the whistle. Good defense, Mason Vandenbosch. Dishes it off. We've got a turnover. It's going to be Jane Ann Skaggs on the recovery. Up to Gabby Bien, I believe, with the ball. Yep, Gabby with the ball. Gabby driving. Got a goal. Why not? Gabby back to Mason. They're going to switch their spots around. They're going to settle, get everybody fixed. Mason over to Jill. Jill looking, driving. Two-man, Olivia. God. Olivia Andrews putting the ball in the back of the net from the dish from Jill on her two-man. 22 seconds left to go in the first. Score 5-2 Anderson. All right, with 22 seconds, not a whole lot's going to happen. We got O on draw. Jill and Emerson looking. Short time, ladies. And Emerson's on the ground. Cypher player on the ground. Little scrum. It's going to be a blue ball. 16 seconds to go. Olivia. Lainey can't. Okay. I believe that Lainey was attacked, but she winds up with the ball. She couldn't cross the restraining line because it was a quick possession. Now she's back, and that's going to be quarter. End of first quarter score, Anderson Trojans 5. The Cy-Fair, what are y'all? What is Maidens. Oh, that's right, the Iron Maidens. 2. Iron Maidens, generous hosts of the tournament in Hockley every year.
Burning Flower?
Yep, Burning Flower. Been going on for years. A lot of these players on the blue team have been there, I know. Take this opportunity, those of you listening, if you haven't purchased tickets for the parent party, you need to. I don't know why you haven't. It's coming up. You're going to want to be there. Up here in the press booth with Monty. If you could see Monty's setup over here, I think we could fly the space shuttle with all of his stuff. Cameras, computers, and phones, and maybe we can get Elon to sponsor us, get us some gear up in here from SpaceX. How do we purchase tickets for the parent party? Good question. You can do that on the website. Go to the Anderson Girls Lacrosse website. There's likely a big graphic somewhere that says parent party. Get your tickets there. Also get your heads or tails tickets for the custom Yeti 45 cooler. That's going to be one of our, this is not so much a gigantic fundraising party as it is everybody come together and have a good time as a vertical thing, but the cooler is a fundraiser. And reminder that our program is very much dependent on fundraising. So please buy into the party, please buy in for the heads or tails. Be an athletic supporter. All right, starting into second quarter. Looks like we've got O on draw. Yep, O on draw. Draw control 35 Cy-Fair. Just getting chased by a bunch of people. Lainey and Jill on chase. She was able to get across the restraining line. Jill's still on her. Gives her a good stop. Cypher going back to X. She looks like she's rolling, met by Rebecca McCallop. Rebecca's still playing good D, running around, somehow gets a shot off, bounces off a gopher into the goal. 11:27. It was 33 seconds of clock for Cypher to get their third goal. Making the score 5-3 Anderson. 11:27 to go. All right, O on the draw, O self-draw. Draw control 16, Olivia Andrus, getting pushed out there. Good defense by Cypher. Back to Jill. Jill over to Mason. Mason sitting on it, get the stick moved out, get Syra in. All right, Anderson full strength on attack. Jill over to E. E back to X to Lane. Lane looking around to Syra. Syra looking for an opportunity. Draws, she's going to do a left-handed shot and bounces it off the keeper. Recovered by Lane. Lane back to Jill, still on the attack. Jill didn't like what she sees, pulls it out. Jill driving. Met with lots of opportunity for in the sphere and gets a sphere call. Jill's going to have a 8-meter free position, 1 hash over. Cypher keeper looks ready. Jill with the dive. Oh, Jill puts it into the leg, recovered by Eliza Wilson. Eliza back to Syra. Syra to Jane Ann. Good stop by the Cypher keeper. Mason to Lane. Lane to Jane Ann. Jane Ann to Jill. Jill gets hit in the head. Guess they're going to call that it's a diddle. Jill on a 12-meter free position. Backs it out to Jane Ann. Jane Ann to Lane, a little bit late, but Lane gets it in there, dishes it off to Olivia. Olivia with the shot, it was a little bit wide. Eliza with the pickup. A little wonkiness there. Lane back with the ball. Jane Ann. Jane Ann looks like she's driving, maybe looking for 2 men that wasn't there. Over to Lane. Lane looking for Lane to Eliza. Eliza back to Laney. I think it maybe got hit by a stick on the ground, picked up by Jill. Jill to Syra. Syra was getting pressured. Back to Mason. Mason to Jill. Jill to Jane Ann. Jane Ann driving, not there. Jane Ann to Jillian. Jillian tries to get it back around. She gets whacked in the head. Jillian's going to get a 8-meter free position center hash. That's a fortunate placement. She's going to rip it. Jill into the keeper's net, back out. Wonky pass, see if Jane Ann can pick it back up. Jane Ann with the defense. Jane Ann tracking. Number 43 going basically to goal. We've got Rebecca McCallop going to make the stop. Cypher in possession. Cypher backs it out. Cypher back to X. Lucy Etheridge going on the crease roll defense. Jillian goes on attack. Cypher moving the ball around. Cypher looking. Cypher looking like they're going to probably go back around. They're going to do a crease roll again. That's what they seem to be running that crease a lot. Lucy Etheridge on the D. Oh, sorry, that's Emerson. Jane Ann tracking the ball. Jane Ann stops her. Little bump, makes her think twice. Again, another crease roll. Jane Ann back on her. She centers it up, misses the pass. Maybe Blue got a piece of it. Cypher still in control. Cypher tracking number 75, dodging, trying to draw shooting space. Wasn't there. Maybe a weird shot, maybe some stick. Lucy Etheridge with the pickup. Lucy dishes it off the lane. Lane to Jill. Jill driving, shooting space, and gets it. And have that ball from the back of the net called back. Hate that, but is what it is. Correct call. Jill's going to have a 8-meter free position from the center hash. Jill out to Olivia. Or sorry, that's in the head too. That's going to be a yellow card.
Is that a card?
Should be a card.
I see him pull. Yeah, maybe he's marking the time. So, yeah.
Okay, yeah, okay, that's going to be a card on number 22, I think, from Cypher. That makes 2 yellow cards. Her release time is going to be 3:59. Olivia is going to have an 8-meter free position, 1 hash over. Olivia to Jane. Jane to Mason. Mason to Jane. Jane to Jill. Jill to Laney. Laney gets bumped. Laney shot in the goal. Goal number 2, Laney Owens. Well done. From the dish from number 10, Jillian Murphy. So with 5:48 to go, that goal makes it 6-3 Trojans. All right, back to the draw circle. We've got O taking the draw. Emerson and Jill looking to receive. And that's going to be Jill. Or sorry, Olivia on the draw control, dishes it up to Jill. Jill across the restraining line. She sees something like going to goal. Looks like a quick, no, one there. Jill to Mason. Mason back low to E to Lane. Lane hopping to Jill. Jill's going to drive, rip it. Yep, shooting space. Good call. Jillian's going to have a 8-meter free position. 1 hash over, looks like. Oh, Jill to Mason. Mason rips. That's a great call. Selfless play. Mason Vandenbosch finds the back of the net. That makes the score 7-3 Trojans. 5:02 to go in the second. Balmy day, Cypher. Not a cloud in the sky. A little bit of breeze. Easy drive in this morning. O on the draw. Emerson and Jill on the draw circle. Draw control, Cypher caused turnover. Olivia called back. I'm sure I agree with that. I think they're calling sphere. Net result, Cypher has the ball. Cypher looking to get across the restraining line. Olivia on chase. They get across the restraining line. Cy-Fair on attack. Jane causes a bit of a bad pass into the ref. That's weird. Emerson on defense. 21 trying to find a spot. Finds it over there. Gabby on defense. Back to X. Lucy sliding over. Olivia Justice sliding over. Jane Ann on defense. She's going to go after the Cy-Fair player. Good defense. Tries to get a stick check. Can't get it from behind. Going to chase her into... Oh, drops the ball. I don't agree with that. She dropped the ball before Olivia Justice even touched her. We call her OJ the Blender. Cy-Fair is going to have a 12 meter. Cy-Fair pops it out to an open attacker. She gets mauled in there in the sphere. She's going to get an 8 meter. Looks like center hash. Cy-Fair with the free position. Number 41, Cy-Fair. Takes a shot. Sarah McCallop with the stop. Quiggs exit back out to Gabby. Gabby mauled on the ground somehow. Oh, I think Lucy Etheridge with the bang there. Jane Ann winds up with it. Getting through midfield, getting across the restraining line. Jane Ann to a wide open Eliza. Eliza, wow, okay. I don't know if you saw that at home. Eliza Wilson with the goal, but it was piped off the back of the goalkeeper into the goal. Monty, chattering as usual.
I didn't see it.
Come on, Monty.
I'm in the zone.
Monty's AV Monty. I've never seen one of those. I've never seen a pipe off the back. That's unfortunate for Cy-Fair, but it's interesting. 2:53 to go. Makes the score 8-3 Anderson Trojans, and a weird one. Hopefully we can maybe zoom in on that for a highlighter at a later date or something. All right, we got O on the draw. We're going to have a false start white, it looks like. Or, no, they're going to call it on blue. It's going to be white ball, draw control Cy-Fair. Everybody resets, looking for... Oh, Eliza with the back check. Yep. Apparently the sphere is 18 to 24 inches. It's not, but seems to... Oh, bad pass, falls out the back of her stick. Eliza Wilson's there to pick it up. That was wonky. Eliza to Mason. Settle the ball. A little high pass to Jane. Jane keeps it though. O trotting in, Cyra's in. Jill, Eliza. Eliza to Laney. Laney was looking for a cutter, I think maybe wasn't there. Laney to Jane. Jane to Lane. Looks like Lane to Jill. That. Okay, there's another weird one. Laney's pass to Jillian, I think, was bumped by a stick, bounced off Jillian, and rolled past the goalie into the goal. So for those of you at home, that's going to be 9-3 Trojans. I mean, do we call that Jillian with a goal, Laney with an assist? I mean, I think technically how that works out. That's weird. Again, unfortunate set of circumstances for Cy-Fair. I feel for the keeper on that one. All right, we got O on draw. And up high for it. Cy-Fair winds up with draw control. Jill goes after the back check, misses. Cy-Fair driving straight to goal. And she's going to shoot and sticks it in the back of the net. That was number 43, I believe, from Cy-Fair. That was quick. What was that, like 8 seconds? Not even. So 1:33 to go in the second quarter. 9-4 Anderson Trojans. 5 seconds? What was that? I mean, that was quick. That was fast. She went straight to goal. Ripped a right-handed shot past Sarah McCallum. All right, we got O on draw again. We've got Jillian and Emerson on the circle again. Draw. Reach for it. O comes up with it on a big stretch. O to Mason across the restraining line. Olivia's going to go get her stick. Mason's going to sit on it till everybody gets situated. O's across. Syra coming in. Lane got the ball back behind. Lane looking. Lane to Jill. Jill in traffic. Going to get a shooting space call. I understand that one, to be honest, but that's what the ref called. Jill's going to have 8-meter free position from the center hash. Jill, oh, good awareness there. Back to back out as she was about to get her head taken off. Syra with the ball. Syra to E. E to Lane. Lane rolling. Lane tries to get a shot off. Somebody got a hold of her stick and it goes high over the goal. Cypher is going to get possession. Mason, there we go. Get on the ball, Mason. There you go. Now Mason's on it. Looking back in the sphere. I don't know about that one. I think that was just good defense by Mason. Jill tracking. Oh, Jill got a hold of her stick on the back there. Struggling. Lane's going to come in for some deep. Nope. Wild ball. No. Sorry, that's Rebecca McCallum went after it. I think she got a little bump there, missed it. Cypher winds up with the ball. Cypher driving, whistle. Oh, end of quarter. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to have a 7-minute halftime. First 2 quarters of play down. Your Anderson Trojans 9. The Cy-Fair Iron Maidens. Always loved that name, actually. 4. Although I'm betting not a single player on the field understands that reference the way I do. Money does. Money knows what that means. You want to mute?
5-minute halftime? Okay.
5? Okay. 5-minute halftime. You want to mute me for a little bit? Yeah, I mean, I don't have any of my Caplax president emails on my phone, so I can't dig through that. Um, yeah. Yeah, no, I mean that's problematic. I yeah, I mean Joe's the right call on that one. Yeah, she may.
There you
All right, sorry, um, calling the game there. We had to do some other stuff. Trojans made a drive, turned it over, no scores. Cypher's now making the drive. Cypher working it around. Cypher back behind. Rolling in. Looks like Gabby Bien on defense. Tries to dodge. Gabby good defense there. Gets it off. Lucy Etheridge on good defense there. That makes her push it back out. Cypher looking back into Gabby. Gabby causes a drop ball maybe, but Cypher picks it back up. Cypher centers the ball back up, number 43. They're going to do a crease roll. Becca McCallum. What's the whistle? It's going to be a penalty on Anderson. I'm guessing 3 seconds. Or maybe a goal line violation on Rebecca. I don't quite understand. Dishes it off. Stop. Off the leg of Sarah McCallum. We're going to give that a save to Sarah McCallum. Sarah to Emerson. That's in the sphere, but we're not going to call it. Emerson takes off. It's Emerson to Syra. Syra trying to muscle around, and she does. Across the restraining line. Syra back to X to Eliza. Eliza looking. Eliza to Laney. Laney looking. Laney to Jane. Jane rips. Oh, sorry, that's Mason. Goal, number 18, Mason Vandenbosch. Number 2, Laney Owens with the assist. 8:43 to go in the third. That makes the score 10-4, Anderson. Sorry for the chatter there at home. There's some youth stuff going on I had to try to help with. I thought it was still muted, but I didn't say anything dumb, I don't think. All right, back on the game, 8:43 to go. We got O taking the draw. Jill and Emerson looking to pick it up. And Olivia with the self-draw. Olivia up to Jill. Olivia's got to go get her stick. Jill looks like maybe an open path to goal. She's going. Oh, that she was in the crease. Okay. Jill dishes it off for two-man to Lane. Lane bounces out of her stick. All right, good grab, Emerson. Back. Oh, that's a back check. Yeah, we're going to get that penalty. Emerson's going to take it. Emerson to Jill. She's going to get back back behind. Wonkiness. Cypher definitely had a crease violation, but went uncalled. Eliza with the ball. Eliza to Jill. Jill to O. O to Jill. Jill looking. Jill to Eliza. Eliza looking, not there. Rip. Olivia Andrus, top right corner. 11-4, 7:31 to go in the third. All right, back on draw. O. Emerson, Jill. Cypher with the draw control. Across the restraining line. 43 driving, met with resistance by Jill and Olivia Justice, I believe. No, that was Harper White. Sorry, 15's Harper White. Dish it off to get there immediately. Oh, that was aggressive, but it wasn't cardable. Little aggressive play by Jane. I feel like if we were in Austin, she would have gotten a yellow card, but I don't know. Injury timeout, that's not good. Hopefully she's going to be okay. All right, we're going to resume play after the injury whistle. Cypher. They're going to start on the 12 meter. Emerson and Harper looking to stop any center attack. Got Emerson on defense. Good ride. I don't know what the whistle was. Emerson doesn't seem to know what the whistle was either. There was no contact. I don't get that one. 12 meter free position for Cypher. They dump it back out. She's going to go behind the goal. Lucy's going to meet her. Lucy still on defense. Move it over. Emerson's going to go after her. Emerson to Jill. Or sorry, no, to defense Emerson. Then Jill on the slide. Jill on the slide. They center it back up. Harper White on defense. They get a shot off. Saved by Sarah on a bouncer. Some sort of whistle on blue. Going to be a free position center hash Cypher. Number 22 is going to take the ball. Driving 22 shot. Sarah knocks it out wide. We're going to call that a save for Sarah McCallum, in my opinion. Winds up with the ball. Sarah to Rebecca. Rebecca looking for options to clear. 3-on-1 to Rebecca to Jill. Get a little breathing room there. Jill looking to get across midfield. She's got it. Looking to get across. Restraining time to Olivia. Olivia driving. Olivia shot into the goalie's net. Save for the keeper. Keeper back behind the goal with the ball, looking for an option. Olivia's not going to make it easier on her. Olivia's going on the attack. She hold that stick out like that. They're going to go after it. Jill, yep. Wide open goal. What do we do here? What do we do here? Wide open goal. Another weird one. It's going to be Olivia picks up the caused turnover, clears it up to a wide open Syra Patel. That's going to be goal number 4, Syra Patel. Olivia Andrus with the assist. 4:35 to go, makes the score 12-4 Anderson. That makes a hat trick of unusual goals today. You don't see too many of those wide open goals. Olivia on the draw. Olivia self-draw, which makes draw control blue. She's being... What? Cypher saying that the player was out. They never got out, but that's okay. Olivia slipped. Olivia to Eliza. Eliza to... That looks like Lucy Goldman, I believe, is in. Lane running back in. I don't really understand what's happening here. Maybe Lane's on the run now. Lucy to Eliza. Eliza to Lane. Lane to Jane Ann. Jane to wide open Lucy Goldman. Lucy Goldman over the top of the keeper's head. Goal 13. Lucy Goldman, freshman, from Jane Ann Skaggs, I believe, was that Jane Ann?
I don't know.
On the assist. 13-4, 3:35 to go. All right, switching up the draw. Going to have lefty Mason Vandenbosch. We have Emerson and Jill still on the circle. Low ball. Emerson grabs it before it hits the restraining line. Emerson up to Mason. Mason feeling some pressure coming in. That's in the back. Mason across the restraining line. Mason to Eliza. Eliza to Syra. Syra had a runner. Wasn't there. She saw something we didn't. Syra to Lucy. Lucy to Jane. Jane to Jill. Jill to Lane. Lane to Eliza. Eliza to Syra. Syra doubling back the other direction. Syra to Lane. Lane around the back, looking for a feed. No feed. Gonna move it around. Lane to Mason. Mason to Jane Ann. Jane Ann to Jill. Jill looking for a drive. Jill on the drive. Jill on the shot. Bounce ball. You can see the ball going all over the place. Jill picks back up the ball for Mason coming in. Mason puts one in lefty over the top of the keeper. Feed from Jill.
That should be running clock now.
That's a goal. That makes it, with 2:21 on running clock, 14-4 in the third.
Yeah, 10-point differential. You had running clock. I forgot about that.
We got everybody lending a hand up here in the booth. All right, we got a little bit of movement again on the draw circle. Jill on the draw, Mason on attack side, Emerson on defensive side. Sarah McCallum checking the pipes with her stick. Attack looking to be in the play soon. Defense looking to stop anything that comes at them. Oh, that's going to be a redraw. All right. Ball didn't go over their heads, so it's going to be a redraw. Back with Jill on the draw. That's a little bit better draw. Bounces off the stick. What's the whistle? Bounced off the stick at Emerson. I don't know what the whistle was, but draw control. Oh, that's going to go out. Laney on chase. Lane's going to get the out of bounds ball and bring it in. A little dodge makes her defenders move. Laney to Jill. Jill's going to get across restraining line. Mason to Lucy. Lucy to Syra. Eliza to Lane. Lane to Jill. Jill looking. Jane Ann looking for a little two-man whistle. It's on blue. I don't know what it is. Lonnie's shaking his head. Cy-Fair's got the ball. That's gonna be into third quarter. I don't really know what the call was there. Next round of Anderson girls are in the stands supporting Varsity. They're going to go start warming up here in a little bit.
St. Francis? That's who it is?
I believe, yeah. I think we're playing St. Francis. Both teams play Lamar tomorrow, right?
Correct, yeah.
Oh, pull this off of me again. I don't know where they think they're going.
Be nice to have something like this.
I know, right? I don't know. Every time I turn around, it seems to be a different answer. If we're getting something or not, or what we're getting or not. It'll be a nice surprise, whatever we wind up with. The Cy-Fair photographer's got his emotional support dog off camera. Okay, lining up for our fourth quarter of play. 12 minutes remain in the game. Score 14-4 Anderson. Will be a running clock. Who looks like Jill maybe on draw. Emerson and Mason. Yeah, that was Drill on draw. Emerson Chase on the draw. It actually made it to the restraining line. Scooped out of bounds. They're gonna award that to Cy-Fair. A little confused on that one, but that's fine. Good defense. What is that? Harper White, I believe. Oh, got around. She's going to goal. Walks right into Lucy. I don't know how you whistle that one. Eight-meter free position awarded to Cypher, center hash. Sarah's ready, you could tell. Going to goal. Back check by Jill, gets in her stick, makes her go wide. Cypher does retain possession, but it did keep the ball from going into the goal, which is a good thing. Lucy Etheridge. Lucy with a good back check. Some sort of whistle. Maybe a goal line violation? Net result, Cypher is going to get the ball. 1 hash over on an 8-meter. .43 driving to goal. Dot makes a little hitch back there. Sneaks one past Sarah McCallop. 10:36 to go. 14-5 is the score. That changes the 10-point differential, so now we have a stopped clock. Looks like we've got Jillian, Emerson, Mason as the draw team. Ball's up. I think with a little empty stick check. That's an empty stick check, uncalled. Jillian's on the ground. Jane winds up with the ball. We're going to call that draw control good guys. Jane to Eliza. Eliza going to sit on it till everybody gets ready. Lucy's in. Lucy Goldman with the ball. Lucy across to Jill. Jill across to Mason. Mason working around Syra. Syra to X to Lane. Lane to Eliza. Eliza to Lucy Goldman. Lucy skips Jane to Jill. Jill looking for something, sizing up her options. Going to drive to goal. 2-man over to Jane. I think somebody got a hold of it. Ball's on the ground over to the keeper. A keeper, wonky clear. Emerson picks it up. Good ball, Emerson. To Jill. Trojans remain in control of the ball. Lucy Goldman to Eliza. Eliza to Syra. Syra to, nope, sorry. Missed ball. Emerson picks it up. Back to Jill. Who's that? Lane to Jill. Everybody looking at their options. Jill's gonna go. Jill trying to get it to Mason. Gets the ball knocked down. They're gonna call Mason on a push in the back. That's probably accurate. I don't know that anyone knows who's going to pick up the ball. That's your ball, 22. There you go. 22 is going to put it back to the goalie. I think she needs to stay close to her goal. Goalie clears it out till 11. 11's going to run into Mason and Eliza. Mason and Eliza. There's no way she stays inbounds. Yep, she went out. They're going to call that a push out. Eliza's looking for the back checks, not there. Cypher gets it across the restraining line. Emerson on defense. They're going to crease roll around. That's Gabby. Gabby meets her. Stops it. Gets back Jill on her. She's trying to figure out which direction she's going. That's going to be a penalty. Excessive defense, Anderson. It's not really a penalty. I mean, it is a penalty, but I made up the reason. Cypher on attack, centers it up. Oh, cut off. Rebecca McCallop. They're gonna call offensive charge on Rebecca. even that's weird. Anyway, the centers it up to wide open. She tries to get the shot. Good defense by Jane and Lucy. Stops what should have been an easy shot. No shot allowed. No shot taken. Cypher back on attack. Trying to draw shooting space. That's not going to work when somebody's touching you. Rolling. Lucy Etheridge on the slide. She's trying to get around. Can't do it. Good defense, Lucy. 2 Olivias, 2 Lucys. Kind of confusing for your announcer. Cypher back around the back again. You got Emerson. Centers it up. Bounces out of the attacker's hand. And that's going to be Emerson Isles on the ground ball. Emerson to Rebecca McCall. Rebecca looking to get it up the field. Rebecca to Laney. Laney wonky picks it up. Laney, she's got wide open option. I wonder what she's going to do. Laney gets it in the face. Wide right. They're going to go timeout Anderson. Anderson retains ball. Did the keeper kick that out?
I don't know. I can't see it. I watch everything post. It's true. I'm always staring at this thing. Trying to keep an eye on the movement of the ball.
Monty sacrificing actually watching the game to be able to broadcast the game. All right, 6:21 to go. Anderson timeout. 14-5. First game of a 2-game travel weekend. Full JV squad over here getting loose, ready to take on the second game of a 4-game weekend. Full squad, full Anderson crew in Houston. Little road trip here at the end of the season. All right, ref's calling them in. We may see the effects of the heat starting to get on the girls. Not super hot, but you know, when you're not used to it, probably one of the hotter games of the year so far. All right. Honestly, not sure who's going to start with the ball. Maybe Eliza. I think it's Eliza, honestly. Lucy Goldman looks to be ready to take a pass. And she does. Lucy Goldman with the ball. Lucy back to lane. Muddled up. Who's going to be the runner? Nobody's making the run. Laney going back around the other side. Laney backed again the other way, looking for a runner. We need a cutter, ladies. There's a cut. Lucy Goldman somehow can't get a hold of it. I think maybe hit by a stick. Little wonkiness on the edge of the field. Cypher winds up with it. Lucy Etheridge on chase. Unfortunate turn of events for Cypher. They drop a pass. Jillian winds up with the ground ball, and that was in the sphere, not called. Mason winds up with the ball. That's fine. Let's keep possession and control. Gabby to Jane to Eliza. Lucy, maybe flip, maybe not. Lucy's at X. She's looking for options. Not there on that side. Going to come around the other side. Lucy to Mason, not there. Little ground ball scrum. They're going to call that. It's got to be an empty stick check on White, and it looks like it is. It's be number 14. Gabby Bien is going to wind up with the ball. on a 12 meter. See what she does. To Jill, Lucy Goldman. Lucy moving to get around to X, heavily guarded. Stick in the face. Lucy's going to try to roll. Lucy dumps it out to Jane. Jane's looking wide open. Lucy not there for Jane going in. Looks like maybe she got hit in the head. Jane Ann's going to get a free position 8 meter 1 hash over. Let's get our girls backing it up. Lucy and Laney behind. Jane with a dish to Lucy. Lucy looks it over. Lucy to Laney. Laney looking for opportunity. Not there. Laney to Jane Ann. They're gonna set a pick. They're gonna do a 2-man. Jane takes it into the keeper's net. Stop keeper. Whistle. They whistle blue. I don't know what for. Got to be a crease violation, but net result is nothing because the keeper doesn't get rid of the ball. We're going to have a timeout, Cy-Fair. 3:46 to go. Score's 14-5.
What's up?
Chill it.
Chilling.
Seen some decent play today. Some wonky goals. A hat trick of weird goals. All right, looks like we're getting back on the field. Coach is asking for clarification, probably on possession, would be my guess. Let's call some names out. We've got Sarah McCallop in the back. We've got Emerson Isles, Rebecca McCallop, Lucy Etheridge. That's going to be Harper White. We've got Gabby Bien, Lucy Goldman, Mason Vandenbosch, Laney Owens, Jillian Murphy, Eliza Wilson. Everybody likes to hear their name called out. So it's not the goalie that has possession. Oh, because
10 seconds.
well, she can't go into the crease either. She's not the goalie.
I think that's the deputy.
Oh, that's right. Sorry. Monty Vandenbosch coming up clutch with the big information. Deputy, you can go in. Another thing you don't see very often.
True.
Cy-Fair player hit the ground, but either unintentional or feet got tangled up, but I don't believe there was any kind of a push. Cy-Fair's got the ball, trying to get it across midfield. Mason tracking. Lucy Goldman going to meet. Oh, didn't come up with it. That's going to be a blue ball. Yep, blue ball out of bounds. That's going to be Harper White. It's going to bring the ball in for the Anderson Trojans. She's looking for options. She's going to go big cross across the field to Rebecca. Rebecca to Emerson. Emerson's wide open. Emerson's going to look up the field. What has she got? She's going to get across the restraining line pretty easily. Emerson to Lane. Laney to Lucy Goldman this time. Lucy to Jill. Jill to Jane. Jane to Mason. Mason. Oh, in traffic to Gabby. Gabby slips, holds the ball, but they're going to call it in the sphere, which is accurate. Weird, but accurate. That's in the sphere too, but we're not going to call that. Anyway, Jane Ann back to Jill. Jill, little fake flip. Jill's going to drive. Jill's going to get all up in her business. Shooting space awarded to Jillian Murphy. She's going to be 1 hash over on an 8-meter free possession. Defense giving her the business. Whistled for it though. Let's go, Jill. Jill, nice stop, keeper. I think she got a hold of it with her feet. Little soccer trap there. Eliza Wilson, a terror on goalkeepers, as we've seen in the past. Love to see her go after her again. Looking for options. We got a muddle in the middle of the field, and is she going to throw it all the way to? All right, there we go, Eliza. Get her. Okay, big clear. It's okay. Oh, we were on a 12-man ride. No wonder they were doing that. Just let it go. That's going to be our ball. Mason Vandenbosch all the way back to the back line. Weird. Mason to Emerson. Emerson looking. Emerson hadn't turned the jets on yet. Emerson across restraining line. Emerson to Lane. Lane looked for an option with nobody quite there yet. There's Lucy on the flip, but not ready. The little flip to Eliza. 24 seconds. Are we going to do something, or coach is coaching for a last-minute play? Lane puts it into Eliza. Can't get to it. I think she got hit. Oh, she just straight up whacked her in the head. That should have been a stop clock.
Okay, I guess they called it.
Okay, well, should have been a stop clock, but they're going to let it time expire. Should have been a yellow card too. I wonder if he's actually going to record that. He's digging in his pocket. Anyway, game over. Gary Anderson Trojans over the Cy-Fair Iron Maidens, 14-5. And we're going to be signing off. Thanks to Monty Vandenbosch in the booth.